Hey Book Talk. So here is a reading wrap up of like the past couple of weeks. First up, I read Court of the Vampire King by Katie Robert. I actually read this one over a couple of weeks while I was walking on the treadmill. I would read it on my iPad. I thought this was okay. As it turns out, maybe spicy books are just not for me, as the part that I was most interested in the book was when Mina, the protagonist, was like separated from her three male love interests and like she had to go do plot stuff instead of adult stuff. I was like, oh, finally the book is getting good. But then they got back together and were back into their adult times, and I was like, okay, I'm really bored by this. Then I listened to the audiobook of The Davenports by Crystal Marquis. This was really good. I keep seeing it compared to Bridgerton, but honestly, like, no. I would compare it more to Beverly Jenkins in that these are the story of Black people from different families at varying levels of like financial success, falling in love, set during the Gilded Age. It was really captivating though, and excellent via audio. Highly recommend. Over President's Week, we took a road trip from New York to Florida to Disney World and back. And one of the books that I read while we were driving was Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. And it was so good. This book really just had me in my feelings, in my thoughts, and I loved the mental health rep, the therapy rep. It was excellent. Like, do not miss this book. And, after reading this, I'm excited to see more from the Skyland series. My understanding is that there's going to be spin-off books about the main character, Yasmin's best friends. So I can't wait. The other book that I read while we were on the road trip was The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna. Oh my god, this book is so good. It's about Decca, whose blood like bleeds gold and you can't kill her. So then she ends up like recruited into this army, and it's about patriarchy. It's so good, and like the twists I did not see coming, and I'm really excited to grab my copy of The Merciless One. This week I read Beasts of Prey by Ayana Gray. This book was really good, African-inspired fantasy. It took me a while to get into it, but once the story got going, woo! So again, I'm really excited to pick up the sequel, Beasts of Ruin. And finally, I read When the World Turned Upside Down by Kay Ibarra. This is a middle grade about some children going through COVID. It was unexpectedly enjoyable. I really liked this book, and it was such a fast read. So that's it. That's what I read this week.